Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshua, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rekah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of great millstone who teach well. Well, the apostles and elders of all of Israel already accepted it now. In the sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing the truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, working at the hope of the elect. And shalom to the Abbas who are listening and learning. You few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah, coming at you with a lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification. Another daily edification, Lord, with us be edified. So I titled this lesson, Sickness and Plagues that is not written, that shall cleave to us. Sickness and plagues that are not written, that shall cleave to you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Now this devil bug out vocab said that just because these things happen to us, when the brothers mentioned to him about all the things that happened to Jake, he said that don't make you Israelites because those things happen to you. Well, the Lord said in the curses that those things are going to happen. Like, you shall marry a wife and another man shall lie with her. You shall build a house, but not sleep in it, right? You shall plant vineyards, but not eat of the fruit or whatever crops it is, right? We know these things happen, but this is for those that's in the know. This ain't for heathens. But anyway, the Lord said there are also plagues that is not written in the law that shall cleave to us, right? So I want to get some of these plagues that was not written in the law that shall cleave to us. So let's get some of these. I'm going to start here in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 58. To see, we know just according to these prophecies alone, man, dealing with these prophecies alone, we know. But this is for them that's in the know. As an elder in Birmingham, Elder Arawam say, and Elder Yashwama say, combine them together. This ain't for low-level thinkers. This ain't for the faint-hearted, man. Okay? So, in Deuteronomy 28 and 58, it reads, if thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord Yahweh, thy power. You see it in all caps. It say, if thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that is written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord Yahweh. You see it? Thy power. All caps. Verse 59. Then the Lord Yahweh will make thy plagues wonderful, and thy plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of long continuance. Moreover, it will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of. And when we was in Egypt, when you read in the Wisdom of Solomon 17, it tell you how them devils, the Egyptians, saw apparitions, man. And it was so dark that the darkness was thick, man. When you read it, okay? It said, moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. When we was in the houses, when we put the blood on our doorposts, right? We was in the house and listened to all those Egyptians scream in the middle of the night when Yahushua was going through, okay? The Lord said, all those players gonna cleave on us, man. This is verse 61. It reads, also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord Yahweh bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. And ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of Yahweh thy power. Now we know these plagues that's not written is happening, man. Let's name a few. Let's name a few that the Lord say again, Deuteronomy 28 and 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will Yahweh bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Let's name a few. Buck breaking, right? Buck breaking. Force feeding. You saw the movie Birth of a Nation? They chipped the guy's teeth out and shoved the funnel in his mouth. They force fed him. That's not written in this law, in the laws. Buck breaking, force feeding, gator bait, right? Predatory lending, redlining, right? In the book of what is called this book man Delectable Negro, right? Delectable Negro. They was eating Jake, man. Okay? But even though the Lord said you should eat thy children, but I'm talking about the Edomites was eating us, man, as a delicacy, man. Okay? It say some more hanging improperly. There's a law on hanging, right? Salakia. Let me pull it up. There's a law on hanging. Let me get it here real quick. Salakia. Bear with me for a second. So you got the Lord said the laws, there's going to be law. He said, and also Deuteronomy 28 and 61, also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. So let me pull this up. Predatory lending, predatory lending, redlining, right? Cutting off a man rod, right? You got cutting off a man rod, mixed fabrics, right? Eating fried chicken and fried everything, man. Okay, we didn't eat fried food, man. Drinks, Kool-Aid, soda, and pop, right? These are laws that the Lord says is going to cleave to us that's not written, man. So, Salakia, in Deuteronomy 21, let me pull it here. Well, Vocab talking trash, he don't know what's going on, man. But we do. These plagues happen to us every day, man. So this Deuteronomy 21. Oh, Salakia. So in the book of Deuteronomy 21, these plagues happen to us, man, and they still happen today, man. This is Deuteronomy 21 and 22. If a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be to be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, you see, that's a law, justified by Yahweh. His body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day, for he that is hanged is accursed of God, that thy land be not defiled, which the Lord Yahweh thy power giveth thee for an inheritance. So, once you hang a man, he do not, and there's another precept, he do not supposed to stay up until sundown. Well, say at sundown, you're supposed to take him down and bury him, man. What did Esau do? What did Esau do? This is a law. So showing you what Esau did on the plantation, the ones that was left up in the trees, that's a law that's not written in this book of the law, man. Okay? This is what Esau did. Predatory lending, which they still do today, man. Okay? Redlining. Again, hanging improperly, man. Here is the law about hanging a man. Israelite delicacy. These devils did these things, man. They wrote a book about it. It's called Delectable Negro, man. Okay? Butt breaking, force feeding, gator bait. We wearing mixed fabrics, cutting off men rods. That's not in the law. That's a law that was not written in the law. Now, of course, you got Deuteronomy 23, but that's talking about if Jake cut his own rod off, right? Let's get it here. Right here. He that is wounded in the stones or have his privy member cut off should not enter to the congregation of the Lord. There go your moles. But the Lord talking about laws that was not written. They shall cleave unto us too, man. So while this bug out devil vocal walking around talking about just because these things happen to you, that don't mean you Israelites. But what does that make us, man? The Lord let these devils do these things to us, man. Salaki, ain't mean to go get that. So let's get this. Psalms. In Psalm 38 and 12, it reads this. It say, they also that seek after my life lay snares for me, and they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things and imagine deceits all the day long. That's what these devils do, man. They imagine deceits on you, Jakes, all the day long, man. This is Psalms. Chapter 10 and 11. It reads, for my enemies speak against me, and they that lay wait for my soul take counsel together, saying, God hath forsaken him, persecute and take him, for there is none to deliver him. And if you, Akim, on the comment board, can think about any sicknesses and plagues that is not written in the book that the Lord said was going to cleave to us, put them on the comment board. So I thought about butt breaking, force feeding, gator bait, predatory lending, redlining, Israelite delicacies, hanging improperly, having your master's last name, cutting off men rods, mixed fabrics, diseases and pests from foods and drinks. If you can think of anything of the law, them curses and plagues that's cleaving to us, put them on the comment board. Tuskegee experiment, these devils did, right? The Lord said, man, the plagues that was written in the book and the plagues that was not written shall cleave to you Israelites, man. So what is vocab Malone talking about, man? This is, and the Lord let them do it. Why? For our disobedience, man. Isaiah 46 and 47 and 6, it reads, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into the hand, and given them into thine hand, into Esau, Edomite's hand, the so-called white man's hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient has thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Upon the ancient, who is the ancient? Hebrew Israelites. Ezekiel 35, 10 through 12 reads, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. That's what these devils said. And we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah power, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thy envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. Hold on. The Lord said he's going to make himself known among us when he judged these devils, right? Start with Esau, Edom. When you go to, what is that? Sirach 36. I think it's Sirach 36. Let me see. Yeah. So right here, show you how these precepts link all over the Bible, man. Okay? And the Apocrypha is a part of the Bible, man. It say, right here, reading the point, and according to thy anger, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. Watch this. Sirach 36. In verse 5, it reads. Verse 4 say, let's read 1. Have mercy upon us, O Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, power of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power. That's what it's saying right here. And I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. Listen, as thou was sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us, and let them know thee as we have known thee. That's what this say. The Lord said, and I will make myself known among them, the Israelites, when I have judged thee, showing that he loved Israel. It say, and let them know thee as we have known thee. From what? The judgment. And the Lord say in Psalm 147, right? The Lord say he showed the word unto Jacob. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. But it's coming to a point when all you heathens going to know the judgments of Yahweh Shemon Shah. It say, and let them, Sirach 36 and 5, and let them know thee as we have known thee. How? Through his punishments, man. Through his wrath and indignation. It's saying, let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thou, O power, show new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, which is Yahushua, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath, take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. You see? So, he say, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, and that I have heard all the blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. Thus with your mouth have you boasted against me, and multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Now what you got to understand is, the Lord made these devils to do this, to blaspheme his name, man. Let's get it. In Revelation 13, Revelation 13 and verse 5. Look at this. The Lord gave these devils this power to blaspheme him. So when the apostles always talk about, the apostles and elders always talk about how the Lord made his adversary, man. Okay? He made the ultimate adversary, man. This is Revelation 13 and 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. So the Lord let him do this, right? The Lord let them do this, man. This is what you got to understand. Right here, say, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, Ezekiel 35 and 12, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountain of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. He's saying the people, northern and southern kingdom, and the land is given to them. That's what the Lord says in Psalms 50 and 21. Let's go there right now. These devils think they winning, man, but they ain't winning. The Lord set them up to do this, man. That's why more and more every day I understand when the apostles say, we ain't mad at you, man. Because 2/3 they don't have no understanding. Vocab Malone don't have no understanding, man. What's going on, man? Psalms 50 and 21. These things has thy done, and I kept silent. So if the Lord kept silent, what do you think that make the devil feel like? That make them feel like they can do whatever they want to do. The Lord said, these things has I done, these things has thy done, and I kept silent, man. So now they boasting. And that's why Jake say, it must be the white man's world. Jesus and God must have like the so-called white man, because look what, if there is a God, they letting them do whatever they want to do. No, the Lord say he kept silent, man. This is the same thing he did to Pharaoh, like I tell you in Romans 9. He raised Pharaoh up, man. That's what he's doing with Esau, Edom, man. These things has I done, and I kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thy eyes. And that's what's going on, right? This is, these devils think they're getting away, man. They're not getting away. The Lord is letting them, this is their rulership, man. And this is the best it's going to get for them, man. And show you how cold these scriptures is. I did a video some months ago, and it was titled, they have a temporary blessing, but Jacob have an everlasting blessing, right? They took the video down on my main channel. Now, when I put the video on my backup channel, it's still there. They never took it down. But on my main channel, they took the video down, man. And you know they told me? It was hate speech. But on my backup channel, it's still there, man. Why? And all I titled it was simply, I ain't used no videos in it. It was just me and StreamYard and Baba Blue Letter. And it was titled that they have a temporary blessing, but Jacob have an everlasting blessing. And they took the video down, man. This is Zechariah 1:15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they who Esau, Edom, the so-called white race, help for the affliction. That's what they did. They did that, right? What is that? Let's get this. Zechariah 11, I think it is. Now they say, 3 verse 4. Thus saith Yahweh my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors, what's possessor? Let's look this word possessor up, man. And none of your TD Snakes and Theflo Dollars and Geno Jennings and Al Sharptons and Jesse Jackasses, none of them cried for you, man.
Strong's H 7069. Kana. Kana.
Possess, right? To get, acquire. Right? It's a buy, possess, to get, acquire, obtain. Right? So it's a to be bought. Was we not sold on auction blocks? Sure he was. Go read in Joel the 3rd chapter. Okay? You were sold on auction blocks, man. The Africans, the sons of Ham, sold you to the sons of Edom, man. Okay? So going back, it's a Zechariah 11:5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds, your so-called leaders, pity them not. They pity you not, man. Why? Because they took the 501c3. They don't care. They stuff in their pockets. That's why I tell you in Isaiah 56, starting at verse 10 through 12, that their prophets are greedy dogs, man. They cannot bark, man. Okay? Loving the slumber, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. Let me show you something. In Jeremiah. So these devils got to pay, man. These devils got to pay, man. The pride of the vocab Malone's heart got to pay, man. That's why I tell you in Revelation 13 and 10, here is the patience and the faith of the saints, man. And we waiting patiently, man. That's why the scriptures say, our heart shall meditate terror, man. Rightfully so. Jeremiah 15:7. All that found them have devoured them. On precepting this was Zechariah 11:5. That possessors, right? Slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Right? And they say, what? Blessed be the Lord, for we are rich. All that found them have devoured them. And the adversary said, we offend not. We didn't do it. It wasn't us. What they say? We offend not because they sinned against the Lord. See, it wasn't us that did it. They sinned against the Lord, and he gave them into our hand to do what we want to do with them. We offend not because they sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. So these devils know that the Lord gave us over, man. Oh, let me get this. To back that up, let me get this, man. So lock you. I gotta get this. I want even to go here and pull this, but let's pull it. Let's pull these books real quick. Cause these devils, man, these devils, they know, man. When you go to the book of Baruch, right? Let me get it here. Not Baruch, in the book of Judith. In the book of Judith, let's get this. Check this out. Let me pull it right here. In the book of Judith, right? So this is Judith chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 17, right? It say, and which they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hated iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. That's all over the scriptures. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground. You can read that Lamentations 2, Lamentations 1 and 2, and their cities were taken by the enemies. But now are they returned to their God and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem with their sanctuary. It said where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the high hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord not pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. You see? So they know, man. They know. Let's go back. So in so again, Jeremiah 50:7. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. You see? So they don't care, man, because they know that it wasn't them. Now this is Isaiah. And this is another curse right here that is not written in the law, man. Look at this. It's Isaiah chapter 5, verse 7 and 8. Look at this. The Lord said all the curses that was not written in this book shall cleave to us, man. All the sickness and plagues that was not written. Look at this. This is Isaiah 5 and 7. For the vineyard of Yahweh of hosts is the house of Israel. This is the Lord's vineyard. Judah and Ephraim. And the men of Judah, his pleasant plant, and he looked for judgment, but behold, oppression, for righteousness, but behold, a cry. And we still crying to this day, right? Verse 8 reads, woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place. Listen, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. It say, woe unto them that join house to house. What is this talking about? Is there not apartments everywhere? And you got one Jake, you got the first, second, and third floor, and Jake on top of Jake. Woe unto them that join house to house. Look, that lay field to field. You know how close these houses in the suburbs? It doesn't matter. You got a suburbs say about $150,000 houses, 200,000. They building these communities, $150,000 house, 120, 200,000. They always you see them every time when you're down here in Florida, right? The houses are so close to each other, you can hear the neighbors in the next house over because it's only a strip of grass between the two houses, right? Woe to them that's joined house to house. They're talking about apartments, okay? To my houses, I mean, to my apartments, right? Uh, the Jeffersons, right? What's the other show was with JJ? I can't think of the name of it right now. Right, Good Times, right? Woe to them that join house to house, that they may lay field to field, that there is no place, that there may be place along the midst of the earth. Who's doing it? Say, woe unto them that join house to house. Who's doing this? Esau, Edom. You see it say, woes for the wicked. Who got us living in apartments? And even if you do get a house, the house is so close to the next house, you can hear their TV when it's playing. Or you can hear the neighbors when he's sexing his woman. Or you can hear the neighbors when they cooking. That's another curse. This is Isaiah. These are just some thoughts. I was thinking about the plantation, man. My vocab talking about just because these things happen to us, they don't mean that we the Hebrew Israelites. What are you talking about, man? It's Isaiah 51:22. Thus saith Yahweh Shema Bashah, the Lord, in thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand a cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again, to my Israel. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as a street to them that went over. These devils have been walking all over us, man, since 1492, man. Okay? They've been doing this, that we may go over, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the street to them that went over. Why? Because it's part of the curses. It's part of the curses, man. In 2 Kings, in 2 Kings 8 and 12. This is what Elisha told Hazael. And Hazael was an Edomite. Okay? It says Elisha predicts evil from Hazael. Okay? It say, and Elisha came to Damascus, and Ben-Hadad, Ben means son of Hadad. Hadad was an Edomite. Remember the Edomite that fled from Solomon? Okay? That fled into Egypt. He was an Edomite. It say, and Elisha came to Damascus, and Ben-Hadad, the king of Assyria, was sick. And it was told him, saying, the man of God is come hither. And the king said unto Hazael, take a present in thy hand, and go meet the man of God, and inquire of the Lord by him, saying, shall I recover of this disease? Now here is the king telling Hazael to go to Elisha. So Hazael went to meet him, and took a present with him, even of every good thing of Damascus, 40 camels burdened, and came and stood before him, and said, thy son Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, has sent me to thee, saying, shall I recover of this disease? The Lord cold. Watch this. And this is another surplanter, just like Paul did with Agrippa. Okay? Paul said he caught him with guile, man. Go read it. This is the same thing right here. And Elisha said unto him, go, say unto him, thou mayest certainly recover. Howbeit, the Lord have showed me that he shall surely die. He caught him with guile, man. And he settled his countenance steadfastly until he was ashamed. And the man of God wept. And Hazael said, why weepest my Lord? And he answered, because I know the evil that thou would do unto the children of Israel. Hazael is an Edomite. Ben-Hadad is an Edomite. Because I know the evil that thou would do unto the children of Israel, their strongholds would thou set on fire, and their young men would thou slay with the sword, and will dash their children, and rip up their women with child. Hold on. Is this not written in the scripts? Psalms. Psalms 137. Let's read it. Hazael was an Edomite, man. Let me show you something here. It said he's gonna rip up the women with children, man, and dash. He's gonna dash the children to pieces and rip up the women with child, right? Salakia. Okay, so okay. But this is what it says in Psalm 137. Psalm 137 and 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, meaning take it down, bring it down, destroy it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee that has served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. Hold on. Did not Hazael, did not Elisha prophesy that he was going to do this? And Hazael said, why weepeth my Lord? And Elisha said, because I know the evil that thou wilt do unto the children of Israel, their strongholds wilt thou set on fire. Hold on. Oh, man. Hold on. I got to get it. In First Ezra, man. In First Ezra 4 and 45, I read it yesterday. It reads, thou also vowed to build up the temple which the Edomites burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldeans. Hold on, because I know the evil that thou would do unto the children of Israel. Their strongholds would thou set on fire. The Romans, 70 AD. They did it with the Babylonians, and their young men would thou slay with the sword, and will dash their children and rip up their women with child. What it says in Psalm 137 and 9? Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. Because this is what Esau did. Hold on. Isaiah, here's a precept. This is what Jake will get to do to their children. Isaiah 13 in verse 16, Salakia. Isaiah 13 and 16 reads, their children, who? Esau, Edom children, also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. That's what King David prophesied in Psalm 137:9. There it say, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. I gotta go back. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you right now, right here. Let's look this up. Let's look up this guy right here. It say King of Syria, Hazael, King of Syria, sent by his master Ben-Hadad to the prophet Elisha. Right now, it said King of Syria, Hazael. Right now, let me show you. Let's go back. Let me show you who Ben-Hadad is. Let's go back. Show you who we're dealing with here. Where is it? Right here. Let's get this. You see it? Ben-Hadad, son of the false god Hadad, king of Assyria. Right? You see it? Now, let me take you back. Let me take you back to show what I'm talking about. Real quick before I close up. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See right here? God raised the adversary. 1 Kings 11:14. And the Lord Yahweh stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad, the Edomite. He was of the king's seed in Edom. Hadad. You see? Can't make this up. Yeah. Hadad, mighty, son of Ishmael, a king of Edom, who gained an important victory over the Midianites on the field of Moab. Another king of Edom, with Paul for his capital. A member of the royal house of Edom who escaped the massacre under Joab and fled with a band of followers into Egypt. After David's death, he returned to his own country. Okay? Hadad, the name of an idol of several kings of Edom. So Hadad, when you read it, let's go back. Let's go back. Because you whackers out there. So right here, Ben-Hadad means son of Hadad, man. Okay? An Edomite, man. Edomite. And this is why Elisha said what he said. Right here. 2 Kings 8:12. And Hazael said, Why weepest my Lord? And he answered, Elisha answered and said, Because I know the evil that thou wilt do unto the children of Israel, their strongholds wilt thou set on fire, and their young men wilt thou slay with the sword, and will dash their children. Dash them with what? When the conquistadors and Spaniards came over here to Babylon, they hung up 13 at a time. Native Americans, so-called Mexicans, and they bashed their children's heads against the stones, and they ripped up the women that had child. These devils did this, man. It's a part of the curses that was not written in the law. I just want to make the points, man. Salakia. 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 I want to make that point, man. For these devils, the Lord said, closing precept. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 28 and 58 reads, If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord, thy power, in all caps. The Lord ain't playing, man. Then the Lord, Yahweh Shema shall make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of long continuance. Jake got. How come Jake? I know people that have diabetes and high blood pressure. How is that possible, man? How can Jake have high blood pressure and diabetes? Continuance, and sore sickness, and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the curses of Egypt, which thou wast not afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. And he shall be left few in number, whereas you was as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh thy power. You see it? And Jake dying. And Jake dying from eating fried chicken. Jake loved fried chicken. Fried everything, man. Jake eating fried sneakers, fried donuts, fried everything, man. And now I'm watching the news this morning. These devils saying that in Kentucky and Indiana, Wendy's is killing niggas with E. coli. Guess what E. coli in? It's in the romaine lettuce. Hold on. These devils said, if you go get a head of lettuce, right? It got so bad for me, right? I like to eat tacos. So it got so bad for me when I do every now and then I eat tacos. I try to get the head of lettuce, right? These devils say ain't no nutrients in the regular lettuce. Ain't no nutrients in it. So you got to get romaine lettuce, right? Now these devils is getting um now they saying the romaine lettuce, which they've been saying, they've been a couple years. Every now and then they say romaine lettuce. Now they're saying romaine lettuce is giving people E. coli, man. So now the cow's feces is all over the lettuce, man. What's going on? These are part of the plagues, man. These are the plagues, man. Why? Because of these devils. The Lord saying in Ezekiel 4:13 that we shall eat our food to defile among the Gentiles, man. Right? So now Jake eating fried everything. Fried Snickers, fried donuts, fried chicken. Jake want fried pork chop, fried shrimp, just fried everything. And then you got Jake with high blood pressure and diabetes at the same time. And they taking pills for other things, man. These are the curses the Lord say that shall cleave unto us that is not written in the book of the law, man. Because who's in rulership, man? Jake drinking Kool-Aid, soda, and pop, right? All this high fructose corn syrup, killing Jake, man. These are the curses. So what is Vocal talking about? Just because y'all went through these things, don't make y'all the Hebrew Israelites. What is he talking about? The Lord said these curses is going to happen to us. First and foremost, we're going to be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and these curses are going to play out upon us everywhere everywhere where we are scattered at, man. What is he talking about? I ain't sure how cold the Lord is. I was looking at an article. This article, it's a 33. What is it? 33 cities in China is on lockdown right now, man. 33 cities over there in China lockdown, and they say they out of food. They run out of food, man. They have no food, man. Well, the Lord told them devils, "Hey, woe unto you that make yourself like Babylon, man." Right? Prophecies are playing out, man, and Jake is playing games. Time is running out, man. So I just want to. I was meditating on this letter at the plantation, man. Jake dying, thinking about the law the Lord said that wasn't written in the Bible, man. Okay, the law that wasn't written shall cleave unto us, man. Butt breaking, force feeding, gator bait, predatory lending, redlining, Israelite delicacy, man. Okay, hanging improperly. That's why you had the chick Billie Holiday that made the song "Strange Fruit Hanging from Trees," man. It's a law on hanging. I just read it. When a man died, when the spirit leaves his body, people take him down and bury him, man. What Esau did, he left us up, man. Okay? Having your master's last name, man. Cutting off men rods. That wasn't in the law, man. The Lord said the Lord didn't tell us we were gonna get our rod cut off. Those are the curses that was not written that shall cleave to us, man. This is how we know who we are, man. Because of the curses. Mixed fabric, man. The Lord told us don't do it, man. Well, why are we doing it now, man? Because we got to go to Joann's Fabrics, or we got to go to Walmart and get our garments and our fringes, man. Okay? And if you ain't paying attention, when you go and get your garments, you got to make sure it's 100% cotton or it's 100% polyester or whatever, man. If not, it's gonna be mixed fabric. And even if you do get fabric to get your garment made, and it's 100% cotton, who knows what it is, man? When you get food, the ingredients don't even have pork in it. But guess what? This devil put pork in anything, man. He put pork juice in everything, man. I was in Walmart looking at some bison scripts, right? Now the front of the package said 100% bison. When I read the label, it said it had pork in it, man. How you gonna have on the label 100% bison, but when you read the ingredients, it had pork in it? These devils, man. These are the curses that was not written that shall cleave unto us, man. So I just want to make some points on that. Lord was edifying. Got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Bahashem Rekak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders, a great millstone who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all Israel, whether accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the often pushing this truth and believing this truth. Because the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking at the hope for the elect. Shalom to that wealth who are listening, learning. You few sisters who are listening, learning. Or was edifying. To next time I say Shalom. Wa Ababa. GMS in his likeness. And Shalom to all the occupant off from the comment board. Shalom. Thank for tuning in. Yahweh Shema Shop Rock the Thumb. This is Isaiah 24:5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant, man. See, the Lord said, vocab alone talking trash, talking about just because y'all went through these things, they don't make y'all Hebrew Israelites. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Who else fit these curses? Who else, man? Who else? You shall build a house, but another man shall lie in it. You shall marry a wife, but another man shall lie with her. You shall plant vineyards, but another man shall eat thereof. Who else does it applies to, man? This Jake, Benjamin Banneker, made the blueprints to the White House. That nigga never slept in the White House not one night, man. He never slept in the White House, man. What are you talking about, Bocal? What are you talking about, man? Hey, so until next time, I say Shalom. Wow, Baba. Hey, these devils is hurt, and they know that they are going into slavery, and there's nothing you can do. So, what they're gonna do? Only thing they got to do is revolt, man. Oh, let me close with this, man. Let me close with this. In Ezra, no, in Nehemiah. Let's get it. Just want to read some points here. See, these devils don't got nothing, man. They losing, man. This is Nehemiah 4:7. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians, the Ishmaelites, and the Ammonites, right, so-called Japanese, and the Ashdodites, these Hamites, heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up and the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth. Verse 8, and conspired, confederacy, and conspire all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. This is what vocab doing. Hold on. Let's get another one. All they got is to hinder, man. They're trying to hinder the work, man. Okay? They're trying to hinder the work, man. Let's get this in the Ezra. Say the same difference. So like, so right here in Ezra, it say, verse 1, now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of captivity builded the temple of the Lord of Israel, right? Then they came to Zerubbabel and the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your God as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Ashur, which brought us up hither. But Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chief of the father of Israel said unto them, Ye have nothing to do with us to build a house of our power, but we ourselves together will build unto the Lord power of Israel, as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, had commanded us. Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the peoples of Judah and troubled them in building, Salakia. And what? What did they do? And hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose. Vocab Malone is a hired counselor, man. Okay? Vocab Malone, E.J. Love, Jesus the Word, G-Man, James White. They are hired counselors, which they done fell off. We don't hear from them no more. All we hear from is Vocab Malone. We don't hear from E.J. Love and Jesus the Word and G-Man. All we hear from is Vocab Malone, man. It's saying hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose all the days of Cyrus, king of Persia, even until the reign of Darius, king of Persia. You see, they through, man. They don't got nothing, man. So, again, to all for tuning in, may Yahweh Shema shall continue blessing your houses. Stay prayed up. Shalom.